Assalamu alaikum students, how are you all? I hope you all are doing very well. Today we are going to learn about transitive and intransitive verbs. So before you watch this video, I want you all to watch the video of direct and indirect, which is already uploaded on Edmodo. After you watch that video, then you will understand about this, okay, this topic. So you must watch this first. So let's begin our lesson. That what is transitive verb? As it was already discussed about direct and indirect objects in the previous video. So remember that not every verb takes a direct object. There are few verbs which doesn't need any kind of direct object. Okay. The direct object completes the meaning of a verb. We know that, of course, that's very obvious, but not every verb needs completion. Sometimes we don't need it. Now, if you take an example over here, I built last year. Now, this sentence is incomplete, okay? It doesn't make any sense. It obviously means that something is missing over here. So, what did I build? That you have to sell. So, to complete this, you are going to add over there, I built a house last year. So, you have to add an object over here. If you are not adding a direct object, it will not make any sense. Now, when you read it like this, I built a house last year. This makes sense, and the idea is complete. Okay, now let's take an opposite example. I ran yesterday. Okay, यानी मैं कल भागा या कल भागी. This sentence is completely fine, just like that, right? The idea is complete and the verb doesn't require a direct object. If you read it like this, I ran yesterday. So in this sentence, we don't need any kind of direct object. Okay, direct object के बिना भी ये sentence complete है, इसकी sense बन रही है. We don't need any kind of object over here. Okay. So now let's go to the definition. If you have, I have already given you idea about transitive and intransitive. So let's get to direct definition right now. Verbs that take direct objects are called transitive verbs. So all those verbs which take direct object, they are known as transitive verb. The meaning of a transitive verb is incomplete without direct object. अगर आपको transitive verb बनाना है, so you will definitely need a direct object. उसके बगैर नहीं होगा. Now, if you can see example over here, she is drinking a glass of water. So if you're writing she is drinking, sentence will be complete, but it will be intransitive. Okay. लेकिन आपको intransitive verb banana hai, so you have to add an object over here. She is drinking a glass of water. So here a glass of water is the object. Okay. Now, verbs that don't take direct objects are called intransitive verbs. वो सारे verbs जो direct object नहीं लेते, they don't need it to complete their meaning. उनका meaning अपने आप में हो जाता है complete like this. The meaning of an intransitive verb is complete by its own. So it is known as intransitive. Now you can see an example over here. She is standing. Finish. यहाँ बात खत्म हो गई. She is standing. वो खड़ी हुई है. अब वो कहाँ खड़ी हुई है, कैसे खड़ी हुई है, किस चीज़ पे खड़ी हुई है, कुछ नहीं बताया हम लोगों ने. So it is complete. It is making sense. Now, if I want to add if I want to make this as transitive verb, so what I'm going to add more detail. I'm going to add object. She is standing on the floor, or she is standing in the garden. So here I'm adding an object. So when I'm not adding any object, so this means it is intransitive verb. ओके. तो याद रखिएगा ट्रांजिटिव वर्ब का मीनिंग ट्रांजिटिव वर्ब उस वक्त बनेगा जब हम कोई डायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट ऐड करेंगे वर्ब के बाद. अगर हम वर्ब के बाद कोई ऑब्जेक्ट ऐड नहीं कर रहे हैं तो वो इंट्रांजिटिव वर्ब रहेगा. Okay, so now let's just discuss a bit about what is transitive word. That this word has come from Latin. The meaning is to go across. यानी गुजर जाना. And intransitive means not transitive. Okay, this is just a brief description of what does transitive mean. Now let's discuss some examples. Examples of transitive verbs. The transitive verb is in green and bold and the direct object is red. Okay, तो हम transitive verb के साथ हमने कहा था कि हमें object की ज़रूरत होगी तभी वो transitive verb होगा. So here it is. You can see the example number 1. Could you bring an umbrella? So if you see over here, could you bring an umbrella? So umbrella is the direct object and bring is the transitive verb. Now let's go to second example. They bought a yacht. Okay, they bought a yacht. So here bought is the verb, transitive verb, and a yacht is the direct object. अगर मैं इसको बोलूँ they bought a yacht, तभी sentence complete होगा. सिर्फ they bought से समझ में नहीं आएगा. ठीक है. I read all his books. So here also read is read. Read is the transitive verb, and all his books is the, come on, tell me, it's direct object. Okay, he teaches driving. So here also, as you can see, that teaches is the transitive verb and driving is the direct object. You promised to take us home. If I say you promised, तो भी बात हो जाएगी, but it's still incomplete. So to make it complete and to make it transitive verb, we add there to take us home. हमने object लगा दिया. She plays the drum. So she plays the drum is showing a complete sentence. Plays हो गया हमारा transitive verb और drums हो गया direct object. Now let's discuss some intransitive. Okay, intransitive sentence discuss करते हैं, intransitive verb discuss करते हैं. So you will get an idea कि हम किस बारे में बात कर रहे हैं. Let's go. Let's go. We usually say this word. हम ये word कितना use करते हैं ना, let's go, let's come or let's play. So all these are intransitive verb और यहाँ पे हमें direct object की जरूरत नहीं है. Without direct object हम लोगों को समझ में आ रहा है. The kids are jumping. ठीक है, the kids are jumping, where they are jumping, when they are jumping, how they are jumping, कुछ भी नहीं बताया हुआ. So it's still makes sense. वो complete है. It's correct. It's intransitive verb. Sam is sleeping. Now where Sam is sleeping, how is sleeping, when is sleeping, कोई detail नहीं दी हुई. We don't need a direct object. Sam is sleeping is it's making sense. The intransitive हो गया. We will talk tomorrow. हम कल बात करेंगे. He sits here, वो यहाँ बैठता है. Her stomach aches sometimes after lunch. So all these sentences, the remaining which I have read right now, and you can see on your screen, they don't need a direct object and they are intransitive verbs. Now, there are few, not few, but many verbs are there which can both be used as transitive and intransitive verbs. बहुत सारे ऐसे verbs हैं जो कि transitive and both भी use कर सकते हैं. अब आप बोलोगे how can it happen? So it means that you can use them with a direct object or without, depending on a sentence. अब आप आपके sentence पे depend करता है कि वो आप उसको as डायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट के साथ ऐड करना चाहते हो या विदाउट डायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट ऐड करना चाहते बनाना चाहते हो. ये डिपेंड करता है सेंटेंस पे. इफ यू सी द एग्जांपल ओवर हियर, वी वन, हम जीत गए. सो कंप्लीट है, मीनिंग कंप्लीट है. वी वन, राइट? वी से इट many times, right? We use this, it's a common sentence or phrase, whatever you call it. And if I say we won the game, so here also intransitive, transitive, ये दोनों मीनिंग में आ रहा है और दोनों तरीके से ठीक है. Both of these sentences are correct. The verb one is intransitive in the first sentence and transitive in the second sentence. So as you can see that both type बिल्कुल ठीक है, इसमें कोई wrong नहीं है. Both are correct. So we can use it in the both sides. We can use it as transitive and intransitive. Now there are few more examples. Let's discuss them, and this is going to end our topic. Some examples. Transitive verbs are green and intransitive verbs are red. Nicole opened the door. So here we need it, right? If I say Nicole opened, तो हमें समझ में नहीं आएगा what did she open. So to complete it, we need the direct object, and we have added the direct object door over here. So it's showing that she has opened the door. Suddenly the doors opened. ठीक है, अचानक दरवाजे खुले. तो यहाँ पे हमें कुछ भी हमें we don't need direct object over here. So it is intransitive. Will you help us? Will you help अगर हम बोलेंगे, so it will not make a sense. तो उसे complete करने के लिए will use will you help us, direct object add किया, so it has become transitive verb. She never helps around the house. She never helps around the house का मतलब है वो घर के काम वगैरह में help नहीं करवाती है. So यहाँ पे we don't need a direct object over here, so it is intransitive. Jimmy runs a successful company. अगर if I say Jimmy runs, तो वो एक अलग चीज बन जाएगी. ठीक है, वो उसी एग्जाम्पल में आ जाएगा जो हमने शुरू में बताया था. I ran yesterday. ठीक है, Jimmy runs, तो यहाँ पे Jimmy runs मतलब वो भागता है, तो यहाँ पे मतलब दूसरा हो गया. But I want to say कि he runs a company, a successful company. So to add for that, I have to add a direct object. Now, if you can see down over there, Jimmy runs very fast. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे कितना easy example दी हुई है. Jimmy runs very fast. Jimmy बहुत तेज भागता है. So this is intransitive. We don't need any kind of direct object here. So uh, two kinds of verbs are there, transitive and intransitive. We have gone through it in detail. As I told you in the beginning, I will remind you again to please watch direct and indirect object video which is uploaded. आप पहले वो देखिएगा, उसके बाद फिर आप ये देखेंगे, then you will understand. Okay. And as I say, as I always say, that practice makes you perfect. So please practice as much you can. आप एक सेंटेंस बनाओ, लाइक इफ यू आर यूजिंग अ वर्ब जिसने यहाँ पे यूज किया हुआ है ओपन, उसी वर्ड ओपन से जो है उन्होंने दो सेंटेंसेस बना दिए हैं, एक ट्रांजिटिव और इंट्रांजिटिव. So use one verb and make one transitive and one intransitive, then you will understand it very easily. I hope you had understood the lesson. So please watch the videos again and again. At least watch them twice to understand better. Till next time, Allah Hafiz.